It's not just dice blocks being tossed around for Super Mario Party. Retailers are tossing Joy-Con to all the party players, and in Japan and Europe, they're running out. Gabe is the omniscient voice lurking behind darkness. Hi, Gabe.
Hi, Zach. There's a reason why Zach's on camera, guys.
We'll see. But let's get through the details first. Super Mario Party apparently is selling pretty well, or at least motivating buyers to go out and get their party on, because a number of retailers have said that they've seen insane increases in Joy-Con purchase rates. One retailer in Japan, Geo, has reported a 300% increase in Joy-Con sales after the SMP launch. Amazon Italy, France, Denmark, and the UK have run out of almost every single color available, and most of them have a 5 to 15 day back order problem. This is really interesting. We've seen sellouts of games like back in Octopath Traveler. That was like a really good sign in Europe and Japan, but it's odd that Joy-Con are selling out. Now, I don't know if this is because they weren't stocking a lot of Joy-Con since players had picked up their controller of choice and there haven't been many released in quite a while, or if Super Mario Party is just that darn popular. But Gabe, they did a really smart thing here by requiring only Joy-Con. Pro controllers as your Player 2 controller doesn't help you if you want to have a Mario Party.
Yeah, I mean, I have to be honest. I'm going to be a statistic. I am going to be one of these people that goes and get a Joy-Con when they really weren't going to because of Super Mario Party. Because I do want to have these parties with Mario Party, and I can't because I only have my original set of Joy-Con. You don't know where I am. Stop looking for me.
I don't know where to look. I'm very confused.
It's okay. Don't worry.
Where is Gabe coming from?
I'm coming
Goodness
from
gracious.
everywhere.
I've been mitigating this problem for the better part of a year and a half. I have been hoarding the Joy-Con, so I've got my pink from Splatoon 2. I've got my blue from the console. I've got my colorware black and white set. I've got some custom gold N64. I've got some real fancy SNES Joy-Cons, and that ain't even the half of it. Maybe we'll have to do like a collection video at some point. But I have a lot, and so Joy-Con controllers in general, not a problem for me as the weird 1% who collects the heck out of these things. But I think it's also an issue because Nintendo won't put out new Joy-Con. Now, again, in America, we've got them at Best Buy, we've got them at Amazon, we've got them at Target and other stores. As of right now, it's not an issue, and I don't know that it will become one. But it would help if there was another SKU of Joy-Con available, and Nintendo just does not want to do that this year.
I was going to ask you, do you think that the Let's Go, Pokemon, and Eevee ones and the Smash Bros. Ones ever get sold separately?
I don't think they will, because they sort of touted the neon yellow as the ARMS Joy-Con, but they weren't tied to an ARMS purchase. They touted the pink and the green as the Splatoon Joy-Con, but they weren't tied to a Splatoon, or they weren't forced to be tied. They are incentivizing these bundles with those custom Joy-Con and docks, and in the case of the Pokemon one, the Switch itself. Do they separate them? I don't know, because then the bundle seems a whole lot more bleh. It's possible. I don't foresee that they will. I think this will stay limited edition in the same way that a lot of controllers that come with limited Xbox Ones and PlayStation 4s, those controllers don't ever usually jump outside of the bundle itself.
I was going to say that it would have been like great to maybe have a color or two that were just new that we could have got. Don't worry about where I am still. That we could have got with Super Mario Party. But yeah, that ship has sailed. I don't think they introduced like any new ones to coincide with Mario Party being out.
When do the new ones come? I mean, they haven't exhausted the color wheel. It's a pretty big wheel. You could spin that thing at least 7 times. And I don't know where they come from next. I like the fact that they're doing more game-specific Joy-Con. It's not preferable that they're pushed into bundles. Is there a future where we don't get another Joy-Con color?
I think we eventually have to get like white or some like Metroid. Like there's Animal Crossing. There's enough big games still coming that I feel like we have to get them at some point.
I hope. It's just weird that we've gone almost an entire year without anything of that sort. You know, we had the Mario Odyssey Reds, and now we're getting the Pokemon Yellow and Brown, and we're getting the Smash Brothers White and Black or Gray. But it's so weird to me that Nintendo has completely left that space when they were doing such a nice job early on of creating this ecosystem where you could customize your Switch with all sorts of different colored controllers, and yours would look different than your friends because you either had, some of the cool neon ones, or you customized them on Instagram or Etsy, or you went wild and painted them yourself, or you put in a D-pad. Now, I think the new Switch, if that happens midway through next year, is a great point to introduce new Joy-Con colorway, maybe even a Joy-Con with a D-pad. But I do hope that Nintendo will get back on the accessory train. They are expensive. It's not something you need all the time, but I think this problem, this shortage, does speak to the fact that, like, hey, if there was a new SKU that they were kind of like really pumping out there, maybe it wouldn't be a big deal. So then I ask you, Gabe, what colors do you want next?
I'm very partial to gold. I like the way yours look like quite a bit. Those are really, really sweet to me. But I'm also a very simple human. So white is something I want. I just think the contrast of white and black, and yeah, like, you already have them, but they don't exist for the rest of us lowly people, Zach. Not unless we want to go spend like $100-some on some Joy-Con, which I don't want.
Right. I will note that Colorware sent these to me as a gift, so I didn't have to go spend a bajillion dollars on them. They are very nice, though. And the rest of the Joy-Con I did purchase by myself. I guess I got Joy-Con crazy. I have a bunch more pair. That sort of left... I sort of stopped that because I do like custom ones, but at a certain point I prefer the official just because it feels more natural. Like I love the different PlayStation options that come out. I think they do such a nice job with limited editions, and I am really glad to see Nintendo venturing into that territory. And I think the consoles they provided, I think the Pokemon Let's Go one is really great. I think the Smash Brothers one is mediocre, but still they are taking their two top games of the fall and associating some limited edition and some interesting options with them. We'll have the Smash Brothers one to unbox in less than a month, like 3.5 weeks now, oddly releasing on November 2nd, Pokemon on November 16th. So we're going to get both of those, Gabe, and have 4 more Joy-Con to add to the collection in about a month's time. It's just weird that even for the holiday season, for Black Friday, for all that, there isn't like a new color of Joy-Con to motivate players. Because as you mentioned, with Mario Party, you want to pick them up. Will there be other games? I don't think anyone wants to play Smash Brothers with the Joy-Con, and perhaps that's part of the reason that it has skewed more Pro Controller. So we are getting a Smash Pro Controller. Obviously, we have the Splatoon. We have the generic Pro Controller. But even there, even if the thought process was that it is skewing Pro Controller and that's the preferred way to play, they haven't put out like new generic non-game specific Pro Controller colors, which also strikes me as odd. Accessories are well known as a wonderful way to really make some profit. I'm surprised they haven't invented new SKUs to tantalize current and new Switch owners.
I can't allow you to forget the Xenoblade controller, and all of those things are sold out and very expensive now. You cannot get those for retail anymore. They were like very limited. So right. Yeah, Nintendo is acting a little weird in my opinion with all these accessories. I don't know why those things just aren't constantly available, but I'm sure they have their reasons.
And why not more? If they are limited, that's fine, but why not more? Why not even just some like a Neon Pro Controller to match the Joy-Con, or I don't know. It just feels odd that they were so gung-ho on the accessory train, and maybe they felt that they were oversaturating. Maybe they felt that it was getting a bit egregious. We rarely see them go on sale. Occasionally, they'll get a couple dollar drop-off. In fact, I saw earlier today via Kotaku that Amazon had $65 for a set of red Joy-Con, and that was the lowest they'd been. That deal is no longer available, unfortunately. But, yeah, it's just odd to see the trajectory of like a lot of Joy-Con and then like none.
I want them to bring back every iteration of the N64 controller in the see-through, like the green, the purple,
the
like
clear colors. Yeah, that would be a good new trend.
I know that the Pro controllers were like a little translucent, but I want it on the level of the N64, just like that, the exact same stuff.
Translucent Joy-Con would look cool. Obviously, that's been done in the custom
seeing
fan
the
space, but
the HD Rumble, you see the little motor moving. Maybe that'd be cool.
You get to see how HD the Rumble actually is.
Yeah, all right.
It's actually a little toad in there doing hard work, giving you the goodies. But yeah, if you're in Europe or Japan and you've encountered these out of stock instances with Joy-Con, definitely let us know in the comments down below. If you're jonesing for Joy-Con, also let us know. And if you picked up new controllers for Super Mario Party, also let us know. There's a lot of things to let us know, Gabe. And you can be an omniscient voice just like Gabe by leaving an anonymous comment without your picture. That's totally fine. Gabe, what do you feel like weird being there but not there?
It felt a little weird at first, but actually now I kind of like it.
I feel like a strange sense of foreboding loneliness that like I know that you're here.
I'm always here.
But
Even when I'm gone, I'll be here. That means I'm gonna haunt you.
Great. I thought this was a sweet sentimental segment, but instead it's all scary. So we're going to get the heck out of here before I'm spooked. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know your take in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest greatest from the Switch. And super interesting encounters like this, where Joy-Con just stop coming, and in some regions they're sold out completely. We've got you covered on all that interesting news. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. And until next time, for myself and Omniscient Voice, Gabe, thanks again. Switch Force